Greetings, humans. I come in peace and with podcasts. Welcome to Pod Nation Media, home of the KJ&A Podcast, The Undiscovered Entrepreneur, Monster Island Film Vault, Cthulhu Jack Presents, and Films and Fermentation. All streaming exclusively on Roku. Business, monsters, whiskey, cinema, chaos. Your ears deserve better. Join Pod Nation Media before we probe your algorithm.
Films and Fermentation, movies and inebriation. It's a neon-soaked vibration, a liquid kind of liberation. Pop the lid and start the show, we got nowhere else to go. Turn the speakers up to 10, then we start it all again. Films and Fermentation, movies and inebriation. Films and Fermentation, comedy mixed with tasty libations. Films and Fermentation libations. Films and Fermentation with Leo, Kevin, and Mike.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Films and Fermentation. This is episode 241. Tonight's special episode. We're calling this one Duel of the Scores because tonight we are going to be doing our personal top 5 rankings of the best of John Williams scores. And yes, it is as difficult as it sounds to create a top 5 ranking of John Williams scores. Again, we are Films and Fermentation, movie and alcohol podcast, #1 beer podcast on Good Pods, and as always, the #1 TV and film podcast in Madagascar.
Yeah.
I'm Leo. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
We're 3 friends that talk shit about movies while getting shit-faced. This week on Films and Fermentation, we're diving into the legendary music career of John Williams and attempting the impossible, ranking our 5 favorite scores from a career that basically soundtracked modern cinema. From sharks and space wizards to dinosaurs, superheroes, and archaeologists with questionable workplace safety habits, Williams has spent decades living rent-free in our collective ears. We'll debate which themes soar highest, which scores deserve more love, and whether humming the Imperial March automatically improves any argument. Expect nostalgia, hot takes, and at least one moment where someone accidentally conducts an imaginary orchestra while holding a beer. So grab a drink and join us as we celebrate the man who somehow convinced entire generations that French horns possess magical powers. Don't forget to drop us an email, filmsandfermentation@gmail.com, or visit linktree.com/filmsandfermentation. Find all of our social media and podcast links. Thank you to all the people who submitted responses for tonight's episode. You'll be hearing your shout outs at the end of our main segment. We are on the Pod Nation Media Network on Roku exclusively, as well as on YouTube and Rumble. And we are an independent podcast, which means we are listener supported. So please consider joining our Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Receive members only content. I recently posted some new content on there. Don't forget you can buy our merchandise at Teespring or text us at 904-867-4466. What are we drinking tonight, my friend?
I'm going last this time.
Oh, he's going last. I'll go first because I very often don't go first, even though my voice is the one you hear most often, and people tell me to shut the fuck up on the show. I am, like Kevin was doing earlier this month, emptying out the beers, getting rid of some of the ones that I still have in there. So I'm drinking the last 2 Mudhen Brewery, Mudhead original ales that I have from Mudhead Brewery in Wildwood. I have 2 left, and I'm drinking those 2, at least those 2 tonight. Maybe more, we'll see. So, Michael, are you doing your blind barrels again?
I'm on my last blind barrel that we haven't had. This is from where we were at 17. Fuck. This is Pinhook True Small Batch Blind Barrels Blend from Pinhook Whiskies, Frankfort, Kentucky. 115 proof, 6 years old, with 75% corn, 15% rye, 10% malt barley.
115 proof. You're gonna like tonight.
There it was. Let me go see what that was.
Okay. Should we pause or?
Give me a minute or so.
All right. So, Kev, you wanted to go last. So, why don't you tell us why?
Well, I don't know if I mentioned this in previous episodes recently, but my father has been traveling a lot in the past few years. He just recently returned from a trip to from Scotland and Ireland, and he's a generous father. He decided to come back with this bottle.
Oh, that's why he's. Oh, okay.
It's not an airline bottle. This is
it's a big bottle.
A big bottle.
Achill Island Distillers.
Achill.
Okay.
Yeah, Island Distillery, single pot, still Irish whiskey, 47% alcohol by volume. Distilled, matured, and bottled on Achill Island, aged in a sherry and bourbon cask. This is batch number 1. And I'll read the small little description on the back. You'll have to forgive me. Some of the Irish pronunciations are tough for me. Matured to perfection on Achill Island in County Mayo. This rare island whiskey is the first single pot still to be distilled, matured, and bottled on the island. Drioglan Olin Asia is a family-run distillery located in the heart of the Wild Atlantic Way. The Wild Atlantic waves, sea air, and moderate temperature combine to give a distinct maturation climate exclusive to Achill Island. Like our famous basking sharks off the shores of Achill, this island single pot still is smooth and tranquil spirit with an abundance of vigor. Vigor. Has not been opened.
We have had international products on the show before, but this is the first one to actually travel internationally.
Yes.
On a commercial flight into our hands.
One of 5.
Yeah. And we do have some listeners in Ireland and Scotland, so if anybody needs to correct your pronunciation,
yeah, exactly. If anyone
feel
wants
free
to how much
comment on this episode.
I thought you were Irish to begin with, Kev. You can't even speak.
He can say sláinte.
You can say,
I can burp in Gaelic.
You burp in Gaelic.
This may not even happen if I can't get the damn thing open.
Well, Kevin struggles with that. We'll play Mike's theme song. How's that?
I don't want to shake it too much. It's carbonate. I'm just kidding. It's not carbonate.
Something's wrong with it if it's carbonated whiskey. All right, let's play Mike's song real quick.
This week in film history with Mike. This week in film history with Mike.
Thank God I'm deaf in my right ear because I just had my levels off again. Pretty much blew out my left ear. Go ahead, Mike.
1942, Miss Minerva, based on a novel by Jan Struther, directed by William Wyler and starring Greer Garson and Walter Pidgeon, is released in the U.S. Best Picture 1943.
Again, not one I'm very familiar with. No. Next one's a cool one.
Yes, 1952, first national televised sporting event. Jersey Joe Walcott defeats Ezzard Charles in 15 rounds for the heavyweight boxing title in Municipal Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I remember sitting in the audience for that fight, man. It was quite the Donnybrook.
You call me old.
Yeah, it's quite the Donnybrook. It was a real barn burner.
don't know which is more interesting, me actually doing my segment or watching Kevin.
Yeah, I know. Like you're reading and I'm laughing in the background, like because I'm watching him struggle to get this fucking
I
cork.
just want the whiskey.
He can't even get. He's still trying to get the wax off of it.
You know, go get Nolan. I'm sure he can open it because it's childproof.
You don't got a little knife or something sharp you can kind of like strike it with, and
Yes.
there you go. Just don't cut your finger off trying to drink whiskey. Wait till after you've drank the whiskey to cut your finger off. It won't hurt as much.
Get it open. That way you can sterilize your finger with it.
Yeah. All right. So while Kevin continues his struggle.
1983, Octopussy, 13th James Bond film starring Roger Moore, Maud Adams, and Louis Jordan, premieres in London.
One of the greatest film titles of all time.
Dirty word.
He's almost there. Hey! Now let's see if you can get the cork out. Hey! I heard that pop.
I heard that.
Nice fresh pop. Let's see. Oh, here we go. We're getting the first swig here. Let's see how it goes. Give it a nice whiff. You want to get a good smell, man. Let it breathe.
Okay, maybe he didn't want it to breathe.
It did ferment at 30,000 feet. So let's see. Smooth.
It is smooth. No, it's really smooth.
I hope,
it's
man.
Smooth. It's I can taste the vigor.
You can taste the whole 97% proof of that. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's awesome. That was a cool gift.
It was a very good gift.
Yeah. Next one, sir.
1988, Big film directed by Penny Marshall and starring Tom Hanks, premieres in the U.S.
I saw a video the other day on, I think it was on Instagram. It was like, if Big was made in 2026, and you see the woman drop him off at home at the end of the movie, and he's the little kid in the big suit, and then she goes to turn around and leave, and Chris Hansen from To Catch a Predator walks out. Next one, sir.
1989, Dead Poet Society, directed by Peter Weir and starring Robin Williams and Ethan Hawke, premieres in the U.S.
So one of the podcasts I listen to a lot that does like director filmographies all the time, they just finished the series on Peter Weir. Man, he has so many movies that I fucking love. He directed Witness. He directed Dead Poet Society. He directed Truman Show. He directed oh god, I can't remember. Like, there's so many that were like great movies that I didn't even realize he was behind.
Mm-hmm.
And I just watched one the other night that I'd never seen before, and I'm sorry that I didn't watch it sooner. Master and Commander: Far Side of the World with Russell Crowe. Where he plays
yeah.
It was amazing. It was so good, and it's a Peter Weir film. And I was like, "Fuck, man! I wish I watched this like 20 years ago when it first came out."
Is there only one Master and Commander movie, or is it like a series?
It's a book series. There's like 20 books in the series. The movie is like the 7th or 8th book. They kind of like leave out a lot of like his early career and just get to right when he's the captain. But you don't really need the backstory. It's really like, it fills in a lot of the blanks very easily, and it's a really, really good movie. And it was supposed to be a series of films, but it didn't do very well at the box office.
Okay,
got a lot of Oscar nominations, but not a lot of box office. So it's a shame because it was a really good movie. And Paul Bettany's in it. Very, very early role for him, and he's really good in it. Next one.
1998, The Truman Show is released, starring Jim Carrey, Laura Linney, and Ed Harris.
Probably
also,
one of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Also a Peter Weir film.
Yes.
Probably one of the few Jim Carrey movies I can appreciate because it's not. It is his shtick, but it's so confined. You know, it's very limited. You can actually see the emotion and the growth of the character he's playing, whereas it's not just the alrighty then. You know,
when he tries to play serious, he's usually pretty good. And this was so. Yeah, you're correct. Like, it's his usual shtick, but very muted because it's kind of like his shtick is what makes his character so likable and like
Mhm.
unique and like innocent compared to everybody else around who was lying to him the whole fucking time.
Right.
And Ed Harris in this movie is so fucking good. He's so
Yeah.
good in this movie. Next one, sir.
In 2002, The Bourne Identity, directed by Doug Liman and starring Matt Damon, premieres in Los Angeles, California.
I like the Bourne Identity. I've not really seen the other Bourne movies. I've seen this one. And I kind of like it. But the only thing I ever really think about when I see Bourne Identity is in 40-Year-Old Virgin. Paul Rudd's watching it on one of the TVs in the electric store, and he turns to his friend and he goes, "I used to think Matt Damon was kind of like a Barbra Streisand, but he's really kicking ass in this film."
I was just going to say, when you saw, I can't even think of the one he did with Ben Affleck, the one that got him the Academy Award.
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting. Did you think action star then? Because
No,
I didn't. And
not, especially when you look at his 90s movies, like he was, a young up and coming actor. It was like him and Affleck and Chris O'Donnell and Ed Norton and all these other young guys all fighting for the same parts. And then in 2000 he like turned into an action star. And now he can kind of do anything. I really can't wait for fucking Odyssey. I'm so excited to see the Odyssey. We got two more. Go ahead.
Yeah, the next one's for Kevin. 2004, Ken Jennings begins his 74-game winning streak on the syndicated television show Jeopardy.
He's a good host. He was a great player. He's a very good host, though. He's very likable,
I mean, you're following up Trebek, which is a tough act to follow to begin with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of like, what else they were talking about at first as a possible person to take over was LeVar Burton. And
that would have been good.
Would have been awesome. And then it just never worked out for whatever reason.
I had heard that they were trying to give him a Trivial Pursuit type game.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard much about that lately.
No, and they had talked about him with Jeopardy, and I don't know why it never happened. I thought he would have been a great host. But Ken Jennings is pretty good too. I like Ken Jennings. Yeah. And the last one, sir.
Last one in 2024 at 98, actor and comedian Dick Van Dyke becomes the oldest winner of the Daytime Emmy for his guest performance in Days of Our Lives.
Still going strong at like 101 years old now or something. Like he's kicking it. All right, now that Kevin's finally got his whiskey open, he can now tell us about some beer.
Kevin's here, he's here for beer. He's got news, it's beer news with Kevin.
I guess I didn't check to see when it just came out today. All right. Additionally, I have two stories that are remarkably close in theme, I guess. But we'll start with this one. IU scientists team up with a brewery to create America 250 beer made from a 250-year-old tree. In Bloomington, Indiana University, PhD students are creating something unique that's part science experiment, part history lesson in honor of America's 250th birthday. They teamed up with a local brewery to make a colonial-era beer with wild yeast from a 250-year-old tree. The revolutionary project is underway in a biochemistry lab at Indiana University, pairing modern and colonial era science. Students who use yeast to study cellular growth of cancer are now using it to tap into history. In a toast to America's birthday, we are celebrating the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, said Matthew Bachman, associate professor of molecular and cellular biochemistry, I should say. And we wanted to come together and make a founding father's colonial era style beer. Bachman, who is home brewer on the side, so occasionally in the lab, they collaborate with local breweries for fermentation studies. And this one is special. It's a historical beer made by Upland Brewing called Declaration of Fermentation, using wild yeast.
The name of our show.
Using wild yeast collected from a 250-year-old tree on the Indiana University campus, it's resurrecting flavors from the American Revolution. The brewers in Upland came up with the recipe that's sort of based on the 1776 ingredients and brewing conditions, and we went yeast hunting and found a strain from a 250-year-old oak tree here on campus. The enormous Burr Oak sits near the Student Union. It's the oldest and most iconic tree at Indiana University. It's Revolutionary era. That tree was here when the founding fathers were doing their thing, Bachman said. We collected just a little sample of tree bark and enriched for the yeast that were there and found a winner. Then they took the samples back to the lab, mixed it with their secret sauce, and let it do its thing. At that point, it's just basic molecular microbiology, like we're streaking out strains on petri dishes, looking for.
We're going streaking in the quad.
I don't know if I'd want a beer that came out of a petri dish. And at the end of the day, you brew a beer. So you're probably wondering, what does the 250-year-old tree taste like? Or at the very least, the yeast from it? Well, the scientists say it's actually pretty good. It's got a little bit of a smoked malt, in it, so you get a little bit of a smokiness. I was getting campfire vibes, like you could sit out by your bonfire and have a few glasses of this beer, said Kanadi Shoemaker, a third-year IU PhD student in the biochemistry program. It was brewed with molasses, so you get some of the molasses flavors, and yeast itself is what you call a phenolic character. So it tastes a little bit like spicy bananas. Interesting. It's very laid back flavor and not super harsh. You've got to love what we put together in what's really a crushable beer. At a spring brew fest, Declaration of Fermentation sold out. Upland made a 20-barrel batch that will roll out in late June. You'll have to find it on draft in local breweries. The team at IU surmises that the founding fathers would like it too. I think they would have enjoyed it. Shoemaker says, I think they would have loved it. Bachman says it's super drinkable. A taste of history with a modern twist, honoring America's 250th anniversary. So that's the first story about beer from a 250-year-old tree, which could have been brewed by George Washington himself when they found a recorded recipe for beer while leading a militia. Thanks to the New York Public Library, you can imbibe that history this summer. To celebrate America's 250th birthday, the library partnered with the brewery to produce the Founding Fathers beer, an updated version more pleasing for modern palates. In his 1757 military journal, then Colonel George Washington kept daily notes on life in the Virginia militia he led during the 7-Year War. Some writings, such as officers' commissions, orders, and the names of horses, was relevant to the battlefield. Other entries, including outlines for letters, were more personal. And then there was a recipe for small beer. Washington's handwritten instructions for brewing it were rather simple. Begin with sifting brand hops to your taste, boiling them for 3 hours, then straining 30 gallons into a cooler. Add 3 gallons of molasses while the beer is scalding hot, then let it cool till it is little more than blood warm, and add a quart of yeast. Cover the mixture with a blanket if the weather is cold, and then bottle it. The journal and recipe, digitized and viewable online, are kept in the New York Public Library Manuscripts and Archives Division. Now, in time to celebrate America's 250th, the institution has partnered with a local brewery called Thalia, T-A-L-E-A. I've never heard of it. Beer company, to bring the beer back to life. Beer has played a huge role in world history, from the dawn of civilization to pre-revolutionary America and into present times. Anne Bersira, a certified, Cicerone, a sommelier for beer,
Okay.
said in the library statement, that's the New York Public Library, and Thalia created a unique beer inspired by historical documents from the collection that, in a wonderful way, to add an extra layer of context to the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. If you guys click on the link, you can actually see a scan of the recipe. Washington's beer follows the original recipe and contains a relatively small amount of alcohol. Small beers were everyday drinks in the 1700s that served as safer alternatives to water, which often contain bacteria and spread a disease. If your entire garrison gets dysentery, that's a real liability. Meredith, the library's intern curator of manuscripts, tells the New York James Barron.
Gives a new definition to beer shits.
You kind of turned me off when I had to cut myself to test my blood, how warm my blood is to go with that. Blood warm? What the?
I was thinking, man, how badass is George Washington? He could write a beer recipe while leading a militia.
Is blood warm? Let's see. No.
But then, you also have to fucking take a blood sample and risk dysentery.
The Delaware's frozen over. Fuck it, we're going anyway. While the brewing process usually killed unwanted bugs, it's a simple recipe meant that it tasted quite different from the beers modern drinkers are used to.
This beer's kind of mosquito-y.
George Washington didn't have that much to work with. Leanne Darland, co-founder of Talia, tells the news he was making it in the field during the 7-Year War. It is quite sweet, tastes very much like molasses, maybe like a funky syrup that could be a good tasting note.
Because he soaking his shoe leather in it to get the color. That's why.
The brewery is also making a second drink called Liberty Lager, which is more akin to modern beers. It contains 6.5% alcohol, and its brewers describe its flavor as more subdued. It will be available at Talia tap rooms and New York City restaurants. We wanted to honor the recipe. I'm sorry.
We'll add it to the Quaker Rage lineup.
Yeah, seriously. I only have a little more to go. We wanted to honor the recipe while also making something that people would want to serve at a barbecue or have more than one at when they come for trivia night. Tara Hankinson, Talia co-founder, tells the Times, it still has the color, but it's refreshing with a little bitterness that makes it very food friendly. The New York Public Library is commemorating the nation's big birthday in several ways. Thomas Jefferson's copy of the Declaration of Independence will be on view for Nicholas Cage to steal for free during the first week of July, and special edition library cards that feature the founding document will be available. The library has also compiled a reading list of 250 books that reflect and illuminate the American experience from a variety of perspectives. So, happy birthday, America. Now get drunk.
Yes.
Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates with Leo. Movie updates Leo.
So before playing my song, I forgot I had an obituary in here.
Wah, wah.
Marcia Lucas, first wife of George Lucas and Oscar-winning film editor for Star Wars: A New Hope, passed away this week at 80 years old. She won an Oscar for Star Wars: A New Hope, not George Lucas.
The whole time they were married.
The whole thing started. And let's bring on the reboots, folks. Adam Driver slated to star in a Fly reboot in 2028. This would be a reboot of the 80s David Cronenberg film starring Jeff Goldblum, which itself was a reboot of a 1953 film with Vincent Price.
Is this going to have Benicio del Toro as its director?
Oh, that'd be cool, though. I actually would go see that. I want, what's his name? David Eggers. Early reports coming in of a They Live reboot as well.
Hey, if there's not a wrestler playing the main role, I don't want to see it.
There's no cast, this is just rumor that there's a reboot right now. What I read about it, though, I'm already pissed off about what they were planning on doing with the plot.
John Cena.
John Cena, yeah.
I want Dave Bautista. If it's going to be a wrestler in the star role, it's going to be Dave Bautista.
Yeah, but he's too skinny now.
So, also, there are talks in place for Zack Snyder to write and direct a reboot of Escape from New York.
Why?
They want to just kill all my favorite John Carpenter films, apparently. There's been talk about a Escape from New York reboot for like 30 years now. They're always talking about rebooting it.
If they want to reboot Escape from LA and make it actually good.
Well, I also read something that John Carpenter and Kurt Russell are in talks to like produce a Thing sequel, which would kill the original because it was such an ambiguous ending.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I got a fun fact for Kevin tonight, because I'm not sure if this is something you knew already, Kev, or not, but I'm going to read it to you now. I thought this was really cool because it brings together two things that are favorites of yours. Christopher Reeve said that he modeled his performance of Clark Kent in the original Superman movie in 1978 on the performance of Cary Grant's Dr. David Huxley in Bringing Up Baby.
Okay. Yeah.
Even down to the costume.
I can see it with the hat and the glasses and the bumblingness of it all, the stuttering to kind of get something out. I like that. That's a fun fact.
And I never knew that before either. And when I saw that, I was like, I got to give that to you because I know they're two of your favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a cool little fun fact.
Did you guys know that, I want to double check on this, today is also Keith David's birthday?
Oh, look at that. Yeah. Speaking of the Thing,
when you said it sparked something I heard on the radio this morning, and I was like, wait a second, that was Keith David, wasn't it?
Yes, he was in They Live and The Thing. One of my favorite character actors of all time. I fucking love Keith David.
Yeah.
You know what I I screwed up my drink for the night because today is actually National Moonshine Day.
Yeah, I know. I got plenty of moonshine too.
I think let's call the show. We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
We screwed up.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We'll do John Williams another time. Mike, you have any must-try craft or brew? Ooh, this is another one for Kevin. It sounds like.
Another Kevin beer. Yes, it is. This is Sierra Nevada's Bigfoot. It's one of the most influential American barley wines ever brewed. First released in 1983, it helped define the American-style barley wine by combining an enormous malt backbone with an aggressive Pacific Northwest hop bitterness. The beer profile style is American barley wine. The ABV is 9.6%. The IBU is 90. The availability is seasonal, typically from January to April. The hops are Cascade, Centennial, and Chinhook. The malt is 2-row pale and caramelized malts flavored. Expect a powerful beer with caramel and toffee malt sweetness, dark fruit notes such as raisins and figs, piney citrus hop character, a warming alcohol presence, a long bitter sweet finish, aging. It has an aging potential.
I see what they did there. The dark fruit notes and the pine and citrusy. It's all farce related.
It is. It's like it's made for Bigfoot.
Yes. Good. But it does have an aging potential. Bigfoot is famous for cellaring. Fresh bottles emphasize hop bitterness and citrus, while aged bottles develop richer notes reminiscent of sherry, port wine, dried fruit, and caramel. Many enthusiasts buy multiple bottles and compare different vintages over several years.
This sounds like it's right up my alley.
Yeah, it sounds like
from its ABV to its flavor,
to its name, to the picture of you on the bottle.
This has been a whole Kev episode.
Yeah,
yeah. And then now we're
coming up,
Kevin. Next.
Yeah, that's my thing.
So we're gonna take a quick break. During that break, I'm going to be playing a little tribute to the music of John Williams because that is our main segment this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President's own United States Marine Band and the music director of the National Symphony Orchestra, Leonard Slatkin.
Michael, you came back just in time
Did
for the end of that video.
I timed it just to the pause?
Yeah. So let me just do a little breakdown here real quick before we get into our list. So we're talking about John Williams' scores tonight, and we are talking about. We did a whole episode on his career earlier in our show's run. So tonight we're just doing our own personal top 5 rankings. But here's real quick. First movie he ever scored was a movie in 1959 called Daddy-O. He did a bunch of other films in the 50s and 60s. His first nomination for Best Score was in 1967 for Valley of the Dolls. Then he did Goodbye, Mr. Chips, and was nominated again in 1969 for a movie called The Reavers. The 70s is when business really picked up because he gets a nomination for Poseidon Adventure. He gets his first win for Fiddler on the Roof. He does The Long Goodbye, Sugarland Express, The Towering Inferno, wins again in 75 for Jaws. Family Plot, wins again for Star Wars in 1977. Close Encounters of the Third Kind in 77, he gets a nomination. Superman in 78, he gets a nomination. He does the Hammer Dracula film with Christopher Lee in 1979. In 1979, he also does 1941. In the 80s, he gets nominated for Empire Strikes Back in 80, Raiders of the Lost Ark in 81, E.T. in 82, he wins. Nominated for Return of the Jedi in 83. Nominated for Temple of Doom in 84. That's a streak there. And then he doesn't get nominated again until 1987 for The Witches of Eastwick. Nominated in 87 for The Empire of the Sun. Nominated in 88 for The Accidental Tourist. Nominated in 89 for Born on the 4th of July. In 1990, he gets nominated for Home Alone. Nominated for JFK. Nominated for Hook. Does Home Alone 2. Gets nominated for Jurassic Park. The same year he gets nominated for Schindler's List, which he wins. And that was his last Oscar win. But he does get nominated in 95 in 2 separate categories for Sabrina, for Best Score and Best Original Song. Nominated in 96 for Sleepers. Then he does 7 Years in Tibet, nominated for Amistad in 97, nominated in 98 for Saving Private Ryan, nominated in 99 for Star Wars Episode 1, nominated in 2001 for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, also nominated in 2001 for The Patriot, also nominated in 2001 for Angela's Ashes. I want to know who the fuck beat him in 2001. He got nominated 3 times.
Oh, shit.
Artificial Intelligence, AI, in 2002, nomination. Minority Report, 2002. Catch Me If You Can, nomination. Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, another nomination. Revenge of the Sith, Memoirs of a Geisha, nomination. Munich, nomination. Doesn't get nominated for Crystal Skull.
Oh, come on.
2010s, nominated for The Adventures of Tintin, nominated for Warhorse, nominated for Lincoln, nominated for The Book Thief, nominated for The Force Awakens. Then he does the BFG, The Post, gets nominated again for The Last Jedi, nominated for The Fablemans, and nominated for Rise of Skywalker in 2019. The only good thing to come out of that film. And then in the 2020s, he gets nominated for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and he's currently the movie comes out this month. He did the score for Disclosure Day, the new Steven Spielberg film. He has the second most nominations of a single person in Oscar history with 54. He's 5 behind some guy named Walter Disney, who has 59 nominations.
Walter Disney.
Yeah.
Some upstart
named Walter Disney. He has the most wins by a composer with 5. But he also has the most losses in the history of the Oscars, too. But whatever. He got, 54 nominations.
It's an honor just to be nominated.
Yeah, right. He is also the only person to ever be nominated in 7 straight decades.
Here's my question, though. Since, Walter Disney's company now owns Star Wars, does it all combine? Disney would tell you it does because they love that fucking shit. So Entertainment Weekly earlier this year released their top 20 scores for John Williams. So I'm going to read them real quick and we can compare our list to the Entertainment Weekly one. Their number 1 is Star Wars A New Hope. Number 2 is Jaws. Number 3, E.T. Number 4, Jurassic Park. Number 5, Raiders. Number 6, Empire Strikes Back. Number 7, Schindler's List. Number 8, Superman. Number 9, Close Encounters. Number 10, Saving Private Ryan. Number 10, Sorcerer's Stone. Number 10, Saving Private Ryan. Number 11, Sorcerer's Stone. Number 12, Catch Me If You Can. Number 13, Last Crusade. Number 14, AI. Number 15, Hook. Number 16, Fiddler on the Roof. Number 17, Phantom Menace. 18, Home Alone. 19, Far and Away. And number 20, Memoirs of a Geisha.
Far and away, it's the one that kind of like pops out there to me.
Yeah.
Not my favorite. So let's go to our own personal list then and see what we came up with. I struggled with this so badly.
Are we reading them in the order of great, best to least, or are we just we have our top 5 and just go with the top 5?
Yeah, I think
I have mine ranked, but I mean, we can just do it like whatever you want, like in any order. It doesn't matter. I mean, I feel like the three probably all going to have at least 2, maybe 3 in common on our lists.
Maybe all 5. Who knows?
Maybe all 5. We'll see.
I don't think anybody has my first.
I
think anybody has my first.
Yeah, I definitely have one on my list. I don't think anybody else has.
Mm-hmm.
So Kev, let's start with you then. I like that's a good tease. What's your number 1?
It's not for a movie,
Mm-hmm.
but it's for an event.
Ooh.
It's the 1984 Olympic anthem, which you hear all the time. I would play it, but I haven't. No, that's not it.
No?
I can't. Could one of you guys look it up and
I have to
play
look it up.
because I can't play anything with Prince Valium in the next room.
Let's see.
To be too loud.
John Williams.
1984
John
Olympic
Williams.
anthem.
1984 Olympic theme. Here we go.
Mhm.
Let's say I have to let me share my screen so you guys can hear it too. Let's see. Share screen, YouTube. Here it is.
So,
that's a commercial.
Really?
Let's mute that fucking bullshit and then skip it. And then here we go.
President of the LAOC for the crowd. Here is Mr. John Williams, well-known composer. He's won Oscars and 14 Grammys, gold and platinum records, Jaws, Close Encounters, Superman, E.T., Return of the Jedi. Unfortunately, about to leave the Boston Pops.
Yeah, because they didn't like to play much popular music as he wanted to. This is the Los Angeles Olympic theme.
Okay.
You'll be hearing this at all the medal award ceremonies through the games. Composed by John Williams.
I got it now.
Mm-hmm.
I got it now. But I just like that there's this fucking guy giving commentary over the goddamn song. You're gonna hear this at all the Olympics from here on out. John Williams is like, I'm done listening to my bio being read here. I'm just gonna start. This guy's still reading off names of movies.
Grammys, everything else.
But it's still the theme used at the very least by NBC when they're promoting the Olympics. But it is so widely recognizable as the Olympic theme, It's like the Chariots of Fire song.
Yeah, like once I heard it, I was like, oh yes, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's a good one, man, because it is like a very outside the box one. It's not something you think about right away because you normally when you think scores, you think movies, but that's awesome. It's a really good one.
Yeah,
Michael, what's your number 1?
My number 1?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
You have them ranked, or you just want to give me one of them. Then
I'll just give you one.
Mm-hmm.
I went with ones that are so iconic that you just hear the notes and you know where it's from. So I'm gonna go with this one first.
That's of course Cutthroat Island. Yeah.
Oh, that Gina Davis! What a minx!
No, Superman. Come on, it's so
Superman.
So I was about to say, I didn't want to interrupt, but I was going to say it's generational because we are the generation of Christopher Reeve Superman. However, what I love, among other things about James Gunn's Superman, was his bringing the theme back, and it wasn't the full original. It was the pieces. And curtailing the pieces to what he needed, and I think he did an excellent job with it.
Yeah, it was sort of like a little bit of like a modernized version of the John Williams score, where you still had the John Williams like signature, but it was brought into like the 21st century a little bit. And I heard it in their first trailer, they played it at the
Yeah.
end of the very first trailer, and I got freaking chills because they're like, John Williams, yes.
And the kicker, like, and it's not that large fanfare. It's the do 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 do. You know, that part, which we heard in the trailer, that gave me the goosebumps on the back of my neck. You know, and don't get me wrong, Hans Zimmer did an excellent job with Man of Steel. It's really good for a Superman movie, but it's not the one I think of for the Superman movies. You know,
Yeah, I totally agree, and that goes back to what I said in the intro about the French horns, because that's like a little French horn intro in that song. Yeah, it's so great. So I'm assuming Superman's your number 2, Kev.
Yeah, Superman is on my list. Yes, it is.
Okay. Superman is on my list too. I have it at my number 5 though. Not my number 1. My number 1 is from this little independent film called Star Wars.
You want me to play it?
Wait, I think I have it. Hold on. Nope, that's not it. You play it.
I got it right up.
I do have the Superman theme.
Now, this thing's like 5 minutes long, so I don't know.
Yeah, if you can stop it. Yeah, that's my number 1 is Star Wars: A New Hope, the original score, original theme. Well, that's I can't not smile when I hear that. I remember when I went to see Force Awakens, I went the opening weekend. I went by myself because I like to go see the movies before they get ruined by the internet. And this is before the bitterness that was Rise of Skywalker. I'm sitting there waiting for the Force Awakens to start. I was still a little angry about like the fact that they weren't using the Timothy Zahn novels and all that stuff was like canceled out or doing something completely new. But I'm telling you, as soon as that theme song hit at the beginning of Force Awakens, as soon as I heard that
you were
notes,
8 years old again.
I'm not afraid to say I cried a little bit. I teared up and I welled up as I was hearing it. I was like, "This is awesome!" That was my number 1.
The song's still playing right now on my board. I'm watching it.
So, Kev, do you want to? Your number is Superman your 2, or is that on your list? I know
Superman was on my list, but it wasn't my number 2. My number 2 is also a Star Wars theme. But it wasn't the original trilogy. This came, one of the few good things I liked initially about the prequels was this Duel of the Fates.
Oh yeah,
I have that. I have the.
Do you have that?
Here, let's play it a little bit. Violin going there. I'm gonna do commentary like the guy in the Olympic band.
Yeah.
Oboes, those are oboes.
Here, I'm gonna bump up to the crescendo a little bit here. I could just see the lightsabers flying around, man. This was one of my honorable mentions because I was trying to stick to just like full movie scores, but I knew one of you might have this on your list, so I wasn't too worried about it.
Man, it just ranks right up there with Carmina Burana. The choral, the crescendo.
Yeah, just that operatic opening.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I got the same feeling when I heard Hans Zimmer's Dune theme in the new Dune theme. I had that like same kind of feeling because it's got that real like operatic opening. My number 2 is Jaws.
Oh, I got that for you because it's on my list as well.
Yeah, so that was my number 2 because it's 2 notes that cause so much dread.
Dude. No,
it's kind of like I look at Jaws as like it's not just the movie that created the modern summer blockbuster. It's the movie that made John Williams a household name. more
the
than like
music.
other
The
things.
music was the character
Yeah.
for over half the film until you actually get a chance to see the shark. You know, the music carried it as the character. That's what you knew of the shark.
Exactly.
I want to say I was listening to so one of the podcasts I listened to, Rewatchables, they actually had Steven Spielberg on this week as a guest. And he was on to talk about his favorite film of all time, which is 2001: A Space Odyssey. But to hear him talk, because a lot of it was like breaking out into anecdotes and stuff, and to hear him talk about John Williams in his own films, it was like so fucking cool, man. So awesome. You know, and Jaws especially, like that. You know, how that theme song came to be, and you know, John Williams, like, trust me, Steven, this will work. You know, he won an Oscar for it. Great one. Mike, so you had Jaws. I feel like we're not even like going back and forth anymore. We're just kind of like randomly throwing shit out.
Yeah.
I got two left on my list that we haven't
all right.
got through.
Let me hear one of your next ones. That is, of course, Oliver.
Close Encounters of the Third
Kind.
It's Home Alone.
Yeah. one of the viewer or listener submissions was that film, but they wrote in the comment CE3K. And I'm looking at it and go, what the fuck, C3K? And like, it didn't dawn on me at first that was just him abbreviating Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I was like, I felt like such an idiot afterwards.
But here's what I'll say for that movie. I remember the chime really clear, great chime. I don't remember the rest of the score.
I mean, that's the thing. I think most people, when you hear that, you think of Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Most of it is that same set of notes, but in different tones.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like darker. I want to see if I can get the actual main theme though, because that's the one like I don't know off the top of my head, and that's the one you probably should like that. So let's see here. Close Encounters of the Third Kind theme song. Let's just hear what that is. Oh, there's a commercial again.
It's always commercials. YouTube.
Fucking YouTube. All right, here, let me share my screen so we can hear this. So this is the intro theme song of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That is the one he actually received a nomination for, was that theme song. So, but I do think when I think of Third Kind, I do think of the alien chimes. Yeah. Kev, what's another one you have?
I'm going to save that one for the end. The next one I have is E.T.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have it. Obviously, I don't have it.
I don't have it on my list, but I knew one of you guys would have it. So here it is.
Not either.
I have it.
You could use this for Harry Potter and it would work.
Yeah. Well, it's got that similar like sentiment to it, that little like violin, and then the innocence to the song. And
I think the score, the position in the movie of the score that I love the most is the finale. You know, where it's the big dun 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 do 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 do, and it starts to grow and grow till it's like blaring dun dun.
Yeah, I think you're talking like the ending score. Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
the
this
very
is the
ending.
this is the main theme, which is actually called Flying.
Yeah,
kind of
and it's the one where they use reverb, they echo his voice, and he's like, "I'll be right here."
here.
Ba, 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 ba.
So good,
Man,
man.
yeah.
It was a struggle not to put it on my list because I love it so much. But there were, like I said, I picked
There's so many.
so many, and I picked like 3 of my 5 were iconics. They're New Hope and Jaws, which are my 1 and 2, and Superman, which was my number 5. My 3 and 4 were sentimental favorites, like ones that just meant something to me. So my number 3 is the theme from Schindler's List, and I don't know what it is, but I love a soft violin intro. It's why I love the Riders of Rohan so much in Return of the King. And it's a similar thing here. It's a Schindler's List, which was composed by John Williams, and the violin by Itzhak Perlman.
Man.
Something like so.
I love a good violin. I really
I
do.
love a good violin, and I love that violin in particular. And it was one of the most unique film going experiences I ever had, because I saw this at the Ritz 5 in Center City, and the entire crowd sat in stunned silence for like 10 minutes after the film ended. Like nobody moved. It was amazing.
I think
And
I didn't put it
Mike.
on my list. It's 'cause I've only seen Schindler's List once.
Yeah.
I don't think I could watch it again.
Yeah, it's a hard movie.
It is. It's hard.
I've said it's like a hard movie to watch, but it's a testament to Spielberg's filmmaking ability that I can actually rewatch it and you know, get the same feeling I had when I watched it the first time. I love that like most composers have a style that's recognizable. Like, you know, a Hans Zimmer score, you know, a Howard Shore score, you definitely know a John Williams score. But what I like about John Williams' ability as a composer is to know when to hold back a little bit. And like Schindler's List is a movie that doesn't need a big bombastic theme song.
No.
And so
for somebody who's you know, known for using the entire orchestra, you know, taking full advantage of the brass section, he laid it soft. The whole thing was soft.
Yeah.
Man,
it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful. I owned the soundtrack to this movie because I love that theme so much. It was just it was something I would like fall asleep to at night because it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So that was like my number 4. Mike, what was you have one more?
I have one more. And I'm sure somebody else has this on the list.
That is, of course, Gremlins 2, the new batch.
Liar!
That's from Goonies. Actually, that would probably work for Goonies.
It would work for Goonies. Yeah. That is that. So I don't have it on my personal list. It was hard not to put it on my personal list, but I knew one of you would have it. So I wasn't too upset about it.
I went with when you hear it, you know exactly where it is.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Definitely. And again, Raiders it's weird because I saw Temple of Doom first and came to Raiders a little later, but I love Raiders so much.
So are you guys telling me that the newer generation's going to hate this show tonight because no one put Harry Potter on the list.
We'll make up for it when we do the listener submissions. So.
Mhm. And I will say it was I when I was pulling them out, because I didn't just pick 5 at random or just go through and go 1 through 5. No, I had to narrow it down. It was almost like a bracket. It's like, here's my list of 15, and now which can I move to like 5, rank it to the top 5, right? And knowing that we had our limit of 5, so then I had to pull 5 more out. And Harry Potter made it to the top 10. So it was there. It's iconic. You can hear it. You may even say that the sound resonates with holidays, because it really does. You know, you hear Harry Potter. I think any more people think of Christmas kind of the same way.
That's because they
Home Alone.
Especially
It's the same way you listen to Home Alone, which is a Christmas-based movie, but it's almost like a Christmas carol by now, you know?
Yeah, because they play it at Christmas time, because like the first 2 or 3 movies have Christmas in it.
Right.
Like about 10 minutes.
So, Kev, do you have one more?
We covered them all. I think the only one that I hadn't announced to you guys was Superman, which
we said you had already.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So my last one then is my number 4 actually on my list, and again I picked it because it's a sentimental movie for me in a way, because of the history I have with this film and things I've said about it before.
1941.
1941. Filmed in 1979. That is Jurassic Park.
I was wondering if we had that on the list.
Yeah, it's on my list because, like I said, like it's the movie that made me the cinephile I am today. It's important to me. I love it. It's one of my favorite Spielberg films, as well as one of my favorite scores. I'm gonna play that. I don't fucking YouTube. I don't have it on my soundboard because I wasn't really planning on playing some of the more popular ones, but I'm like, you know what? I don't know why I didn't have it on my soundboard to begin with. So let me just bring it up here real quick. Not that anybody out there who's ever listened to a soundtrack by John Williams does not know Jurassic Park. There we go. Let's get to the fun part.
There's your violins.
Yes.
You know, when I call Nolan over for dinner, this is what I hear playing in my head as he, stomps his way to the high chair.
I'm a dinosaur. Yeah. You need that crescendo for when he comes to that kitchen. Yeah, I hear Jurassic Park and I just think, oh, fucking dinosaurs. It's awesome.
You're back.
I'm a dinosaur.
So, just to recap, my number 1 was A New Hope. My number 2 was Jaws. My number 3, Schindler's List. 4, Jurassic Park. And 5, Superman. Mike, what was yours again?
I've got Superman, Indiana Jones, Jaws, Close Encounters, and Star Wars.
And Kev, what were yours?
I had the 1984 Olympic Anthem. I had the Duel of the Fates. I had Superman, E.T., and Schindler's List.
All right. So we do have some listener shout outs here. Before I get to listener shout outs, let me tell you about why I deactivated our Reddit account. Because I am fucking done. I have enough. I don't have to deal with negativity in my life, and Reddit is just nothing but fucking negativity. So I posted on Reddit, Threads, and X earlier this week. We're doing our top 5 John Williams songs. What is your favorite John Williams, or what are your top 5s, or whatever? And I got all kinds of answers on X and Threads that I usually get, which was nice. And with the question, I posted this, our promo photo that I made for this week, which I thought was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I got on Reddit. The first comment was fucking slop, which is, of course, a response to the fact that that's an AI generated image. And the second response I got was imagine using AI slop to advertise your admiration for one of the few living musicians who still creates in their art form with their own hands.
You know, why don't they actually get off a computer and do something with their own hands? Because they're not doing anything their own on the computer.
No, and that's Reddit's like they look for things to complain about, and I'm so tired of it. Like, just whatever, dude. I use the AI to create an image to promo an episode that we are doing ourselves. Like, it's not like I have fucking AI reciting the script for us, you know?
Well, except for me. I mean, I am AI generated. I can't afford to be here every Thursday night. I got a baby. God damn it.
You know what? We probably get better ratings if the baby was doing their you.
Definitely handsomer.
Here are the actual shout outs we got, which are mostly from Threads and X. Mike Bruno on Threads, who is somebody who normally sends us a response when I ask questions. This is multiple times that we've read Mike's responses. He said Superman, 1978.
Well, thanks for listening, Mike.
Yeah, thank you for listening and for commenting. Cinematic Sound Radio Podcast on X also chose Raiders, Empire Strikes Back, and Temple of Doom. Now, for Empire Strikes Back, for me, it's the Imperial March.
Yes, I was going to say that.
Yeah,
I wanted to walk into that at my wedding. My wife said no. Like the actual wedding, not like the reception. Like during
what a buzzkill. Can you get the organist to play this, please?
Yes. Jacked Up Review Show Podcast on X gave us Jurassic Park, The Last Crusade, JFK, Born on the 4th of July, and Munich, which were three that like I didn't really think of. Like, you associate John Williams so much with Spielberg, you forget that he's done other movies.
Was Born on the 4th of July, was that a Stone?
So Born on the 4th of July was Oliver Stone, and so
was JFK. Okay.
And then Munich is Steven Spielberg. So I have those three. This is the JFK theme.
Sure, that's not the West Wing thing.
It's got a very West Wing themes, doesn't it? It does.
A little bit.
It's got that sound.
I mean, it's supposed to sound sort of like
presidential, yes.
Yeah, presidential and like governmental and stuff. And he did get nominated for it. It's not one that I think about right away. He also had Born on the 4th of July, so here's a little bit of that one. The opening notes sound a little bit like Sneakers, the Robert Redford film.
They use this.
I'll move ahead a little bit to like the bigger part. And that's why I like asking you for listener suggestions, because you get ones that you don't think about usually or recognize right away. And I'm happy to do that.
What I like about that one with Born on the 4th of July is that using that trumpet at the beginning gives you that whole patriotic military feel it does have. Then it goes into the rest of it.
That's what makes John Williams so great, is that his songs, he understands the theme that he's going to write for, like, you know, the theme of the film. The last one he had on his list here,
Munich.
Jacked Up Review, was Munich, and I have a little bit of that one here too. It's one of Spielberg's darker films.
Well,
like a really dark film.
Yeah, the whole premise of it is a dark.
Then we have, this is one of the best responses we got. Mark Walker at Magister Walker on X gave us Empire Strikes Back, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, The Last Crusade, Hook, and The Reavers. And then he ended it with, but ask me tomorrow and I will have 5 different choices. Which I understand that sentiment. So here's Hook, one of the ones we didn't talk about, Hook. Here's a little bit of that one.
Which this counts as a Disney one too, because it's a Disney film.
And you can hear a little bit of Harry Potter in this one too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not one of my favorite films of the Spielberg registry, but I do like the theme song a lot.
All I'm going to say about this, Rufy. Oh!
The other one he had on this list is The Reavers, which I had mentioned earlier as a film, one of his early films. It's the second film he ever got a nomination for. I didn't know anything about this movie. I looked it up. Stars Steve McQueen. It's about an 11-year-old boy who steals the family car and goes on an adventure. And he, like, Steve McQueen is like his passenger in the car and all that. It's called The Reavers, and this is the theme song from that. It's got a very Bonnie and Clyde to it.
I was going to say, it sounds like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like a Dust Bowl America film.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got that sort of like feel to it. And it does, to me, it's like Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
You gotta have the harmonica. It's a little Bonnie and Clyde, a little bit like Sundance and
Butch Cassidy.
I mean, they should just have a banjo start plucking any minute now.
Oh, let's see. Hold on. I do get a French horn.
And the cowbell.
Yeah. And then the last one we had here was Andrew Lefford at St. Jimmy Skywalk 1 on X. Gave us Return of the Jedi, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Superman, E.T., and Dracula 1979, the Christopher Reeve film, which I unfortunately don't have the theme for that one. But that was a different one. Like I didn't even realize he worked on a Hammer film. And just for the people out there who are worried that we weren't going to play it, here you go. Just to give a little shout out to this theme. Which is not called the theme song from Harry Potter. It is called Hedwig's theme. That was a fun episode. It's fun because you get to sit there and listen to the music and shit.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for your submissions. I'm pretty sure I got everybody, including the assholes on Reddit. Mike, you have any beer trivia for us tonight?
I do, and it's a really short one though. For thousands of years, brewing was largely considered a household work performed by women. In medieval Europe, female brewers were known as alewives.
Kevin has an alewife. She's always bringing the beer up to him.
I wish.
We have a cinema quote of the week.
Acting is not about being someone different. It's finding the similarity in what is apparently different, then finding myself in there. Meryl Streep.
Which is interesting considering how many different characters she played. So apparently she considers herself a Jewish widow, like in Sophie's Choice, but also a witch, like Into the Woods.
Wasn't she also a pirate in Hook?
Or a woman? No, that was Glenn Close.
Easy to mistaken.
So thank you for joining us tonight, for folks, for episode 241, Duel of the Scores, a tribute to John Williams. We hope you enjoyed listening to this episode as much as we enjoyed recording it for you. Remember, if you email us at filmsandfermentation@gmail.com or drop us a comment on any of our socials, we will give you a shout out on the show. And if you are rude, we will still give you a shout out, but we won't read your name.
We will make fun of you.
If you do text us at 904-867-4466, make sure you give me some way to identify you because the texts are anonymous. You can listen to us on all the usual podcast links or watch us on Roku on the Pod Nation Media Network, on YouTube or Rumble. And join us on patreon.com/filmsandfermentation to help out the show. Make sure you join us next week for episode 242. So stop by between the crossroads between Pickled and Fermented for an episode that I'm sure will not go off the rails at all. Movies that are better when you're drunk. I should also add in like movies that are better when you're drunk or when you've just taken a couple CBD gummies, because I like to do that before some films. In the meantime, I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
This has been Films and Fermentation Podcast. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.